All right, listeners, this is it. This is the last chance. This is the only time I'm going to tell you this now. We are moving from Play PSVR to Play PS5. Okay, that's not exactly right. I'm going to play Star Wars Squadrons on the PSVR, and I'll probably talk about it on the Play PSVR podcast. So that's not done, but we want you to know that there's a lot of activity going on a week-to-week basis on Play PS5. So if you want to hear me and Adam hash it out, argue, I make fun of Adam in mean ways, and Adam lets it roll off of him like the gentleman he is, and he just takes it in strike. He's a good person. That's going to be on Play PS5 as well as Play PSVR. You can double dip if you want to, or you can jump on over there, get a PlayStation 5, and talk with us about that, or stay here on Play PSVR. We're not going to drop as much because it's kind of dying down, if you know what I mean. It's not as popular as it once was, but we're still going to be touching some of that. We're going to be touching a little bit of it. Adam, can you tell them where they're going to go to subscribe for Play PS5, the podcast?
I would like to make 2 points. One, I have been touched. 2, I'm as flat-chested as they come. 3, we are on Google Music, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pocket Casts. If there's somewhere else that you are listening to the podcast and Play PS5 is not on it, please let us know. We would love to make it as easy for you as possible to listen. And here's the thing. We have started a new YouTube channel. We have a new podcast. And so a little bit of support goes a long way. So we know we have hundreds of people listening to Play PSVR, the podcast. So if you wouldn't mind, if you have any interest in PS5 at all, please hop on over to Play PS5, the podcast. Continue to support us, and we're going to keep putting out top-notch info, and I'm going to let that water of insults that Alex rains upon me just slide down my flat chest.
Switch over, damn it.
Welcome to Play PS5 podcast, where we jump from playing with ourselves to playing PS5. I am Adam. I am here with Alex, and we've got a good show for you today. I do have to admit, Alex, I have to change my password. You know, you got to change them every now and then. Don't you hate changing your password?
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. You're setting me up for some joke, and I hate this. What is your new password? Is it PS5?
No, it is not PS5. The thing is, I want something easy because I hate when you change your password, you continually mistype it because you're used to the old password. So I went in at work and I was like, something really simple, like beef stew. But then I couldn't make that my password because the system said it wasn't stroganoff. So stupid. But that's right. This is Play PS5 the podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. We're loaded and we're locked. First, Gamer Juice. I will begin by talking about my plum pomegranate 100% juice. I've never heard of plum pomegranate, but it tastes delightful, and I will be sipping on this. Unfortunately, I don't have too much of it left, so I'm going to have to move the water at some point. This is healthy, probably good for your prostate, so down the hatch, baby.
It looks like prune juice, and the pre-show, you downed like the whole bottle. I'm pretty sure you're going to have the runs tomorrow, if not by the end of this podcast. My gamer juice this week is La Colombe coffee. I sent my wife out to buy buy gamer juice for me. She came back with coffee. Can't see it. Here we go. La Colombe coffee. I think it came from Walgreens. She betrayed the come and go. Maybe Walgreens is like come and go, but for women. I don't know. It looks like this. It tastes pretty good. I got some work I got to do tonight, so I'm going to be up all night. Start kicking my night off with Adam and his prostate. Good to see you, Adam. Adam, that was a good joke that you told. It was way better than I expected. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah. See, Alex, we try to surprise each other with the openings, so we never know what's swinging and what's coming. And I just came real hard. So now we're going to go to the J Brat's Baddies of the Week because we love our man J Brat. We'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, shout out J Brat.
Yeah, check out his channel. It's awesome. Okay, how about you take this because you know this story better than I.
Yeah, this past week, there was lots of news dropping, quote unquote news dropping for the PlayStation 5, and it all circulated around this one dude on Twitter who I guess thinks his uncle works for Nintendo or something like that. That guy, and he thinks he has information to share. His name is Iron Man at Iron Man PS5, which sounds real official, like somebody who knows what they're talking about. I don't want to go into the rumors that he dropped because they're all probably going to be false. So I don't want to spread that misinformation. We'll give you the real news when it happens, or PlayStradamus will let you know. But just to verify that this guy knows what he's talking about, we'll go over some of his past predictions. One prediction was guaranteed that the PlayStation 5 will be publicly announced by Sony at E3 2020 on June 8, 2020 to celebrate 25 years of play. Well, that's one that certainly did not happen. But even before COVID, Sony came out and said, we're not doing E3, guys. It's not going to happen. Then he gets no nonsense on us. He says, listen, let's get straight to the point. July 7th, they had this strategy forever. July 7th, that's when pre-orders start. They start July 7th. It's August 28th. It's not happening, man. It's not happening. He has some crazy predictions. Sony's going to have a 2 terabyte SSD on November 20th, 2020. That's when it's coming out, and it's going to be $499. Sounds reasonable. There's been no mention of a 2 terabyte hard drive edition. I don't know why they would suddenly announce that out of nowhere. Oh, also, Grand Theft Auto 6, currently scheduled to be released fall 2021. Been no suggestion. Let's see. Batman Arkham Asylum announced at the Game Awards. Didn't happen. It just keeps going. Iron Man PS5. I appreciate the trollishness of you, but you are J-Brat's baddie of the week. Thanks for all the bad predictions and bad sentiments. Adam, I think you sent this guy to me, so I just want to, you're part of the baddie of the week here, throwing this at me saying, hey, news dropped. We got to cover this. No way, man. No way. I'm not getting roped in. I'm not getting swindled and hoodwinked by your looks.
Dude, that's bad take after bad take, but you want to know what's not a bad take? The news that we have coming up this week. The first one is that the PS5 is going to support Bluetooth 5.1 and Wi-Fi 6.0. So my question to you is, first, do you think this is a big deal? And to kind of introduce this topic, I had to look up what do these things even mean, because I know there's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I didn't know there were versions. Bluetooth 5.1 detects the direction and location of other devices. So from what I could find, it was kind of similar to GPS, but it's less accurate, which is kind of odd. And then Wi-Fi 6 is just, it allows the device to have a max speed of 600 megabytes per second. And then the real big thing is that it's a more stable signal and bandwidth, which is going to help us create content, stream, things of that nature. So this is official. It is going to support these. Do you care about this at all, Alex? Is that something you just expect something like the PlayStation 5 to be able to support? Like, is this really news at all to you?
I didn't know Bluetooth had versions, so that's interesting. Bluetooth 5.1. I think that's kind of like Dolby 5.1, meaning surround sound. I heard that it's Bluetooth that connects to multiple devices at once, which goes in, corresponds to this idea that you have, direction and location based. The big thing is, hopefully this means that you can have a Bluetooth wireless headset and still get that 3D audio that you get from like the PSVR. That's why I always had the wired headset when I played the PSVR, because I wanted that 3D audio, and I knew the Bluetooth wouldn't give it to you, even though people were always like, oh, get that Sony Platinum headset. No, it's just stereo. It's not the 3D audio that you get from the PSVR. Anybody who's played PSVR knows what I'm talking about. It's an extra level of immersion. So I'm excited that that's going to be wireless now. It'll save me another cord from punching when I'm playing box VR. The Wi-Fi 6.0, listen, I plug every single one of my consoles into my LAN. My house is wired with Ethernet everywhere. It came that way, and I'm utilizing it to the max, so I don't need no Wi-Fi 6. I got Ethernet, gigabit, coming at you in the mouth. It's what I want. So it might work for you, like a poor person who needs to use Wi-Fi from their neighbor. So you should probably ask your neighbors if their router has Wi-Fi 6.
Oh, trust me. I've got like 4 neighbors surrounded me. Someone will have a router. I will mooch off their Wi-Fi. I've been trying to type in their password and hack it for weeks.
Did you try Stroganoff?
I attempted. I keep trying to type in beef stew. Okay, so the next thing, and the big boy of the news, if you have not done this yet, Sony is allowing and registering for direct pre-orders. So if you haven't done this, stop this podcast right now and go and do it. So this is for American, United States only. You pretty much go to Sony's website, just type in direct pre-order Sony. You'll go to a page where you put in your PSN ID, and then that will register you to potentially pre-order the PlayStation 5 directly from Sony. And the rumor here is that someone had a screenshot. I had a hard time recovering it because Alex was suspect of this fact. But I saw a screenshot that said that shipping will be 1 day express and free for PlayStation Plus members. So, Alex, have you registered for this pre-order?
Yeah, man, registered right away. Seemed like my internet wasn't working, so I really hope I actually did register and I didn't just screw something up, because it kind of looked like maybe I did. When you finally register it, when you do it on a phone, I did it on my phone. I logged in and dropped all my information, and then it took me to a screen that was just like black, and it looked like it broke. And you scroll up, and it's black words on a black background that just says "Thank you." And I thought maybe I had just signed away and just got catfished and scammed and lost all my money. But I did it again, so maybe I have 2 entries there. Maybe they canceled out. I don't know. I hope I did it. How about you, Adam? Did you land it? You land this fish?
Immediately. So I had the same issue you did. I did it on my phone and something weird happened. So I actually put my PSN ID in 3 times and then my actual email once. So I've got 4 entries in that mother effer, because on Twitter, everyone was like, wait, the PSN ID or the email? And I was like,
wait,
obviously.
Which one is it?
I mean, it obviously says PSN ID, but
Okay,
I'm not
good.
taking any risk, baby. I sold my PS4. If I don't get PS5, I'm going to be a broken man. I'm going to be playing with myself, and I don't want that. So
I'll sell you my PS4.
Thanks, man. How about $350? Okay, so how about we cover some of this stuff? What is the pre-order like? How are they going to decide things of that nature? So the first thing, Alex, how are they going to select people to receive the invitations to pre-order it?
Yeah, so they released an official FAQ to answer some questions, which I thought was a bit informative. First question, how are you going to decide who receives an invitation? You know, not everybody who applies gets one, and it says our selection is based on previous interests in PlayStation activities. That's very generic sounding. Really, it sounds like they're saying if you bought a lot of PlayStation stuff on the PlayStation Store, then you're going to get access to our PlayStation 5 console, but I don't think they're allowed to say that. So that's what I'm betting is happening. They're going to look at how much money you spend in the PlayStation ecosystem, which I hope that's the case, because I've bought like a Vita. I bought 2 Vitas, no, 1 Vita, bought PSP, PlayStation 3, 2 PlayStation 3s, 2 PlayStation 4s. I have everything, got a bajillion games, get every PlayStation Plus game. I write letters to Mark Cerny on his birthday. I think it's today. Happy birthday, Mark Cerny. I do everything I can. I dress up like Kratos when it's bedtime with my wife. So I'm all about PlayStation activity, so I should be on the list. Adam, since you're cheap and you just mooch off my account, do you think you're going to get one?
That is so funny. Well, here's also the thing that's quite confusing. And let's see, I'm looking at it now. Dang, somewhere on here, I just put up the website. I read somewhere that said, right here, pre-order reservations. I guess that's a pre-order. So here it says pre-order reservations will be taken on a first-come, first-served basis. So I guess you register for the pre-order. If you get chosen then, when you actually do your pre-order, those are first-come, first-served. Yeah. Is how I'm reading that. And so this, honestly, I don't know. I mean, we did the PlayPS VR. A lot of the games we got, thankfully, were codes, so I didn't actually pay for them. I don't know if that's going to hurt me. But
Big surprise, Adam didn't pay for a damn thing.
That is not FU. Now, hopefully that's enough. You know, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people don't play PlayStation. I'm not sure. But I am in there. I hope I get it. If not, you are also able to sign up for email notifications at GameStop, Best Buy, and Target. So I have those as backup and have already signed up for notifications for those. So
how do you do that? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. get
I go to
on my
bestbuy.com
level.
and type in PlayStation 5 and say, give me.
Yeah, they've got all those for sure. And it's, I mean, pretty much they're just like, hey, you do want to be notified when new news is out, and you put in your email. So do it. Next, how will I know if I've been selected, Alex?
We'll contact you via, Sony says, if you're selected, we will contact you via email before the pre-orders start. If you do not receive an email, you were not selected, and we don't want you.
Dude,
and
that
you're
is
not,
cold. That is cold.
Get out of here. Get out of town.
Yeah, go play Xbox, nerd.
Oh, go buy Adam's PlayStation 4 off of him so he can't even play PlayStation 4 when he doesn't get an email either.
Yeah, then I went and bought a PS1, tried to play Final Fantasy VII. Oh, the disc had a scratch. I can't even play that. Now I'm in my room playing with myself. Finally, if I receive an invitation, I should say, when I receive an invitation, am I guaranteed to be able to pre-order a PS5?
No. Each invitation is open for a limited time, and quantities are limited per PSN ID per transaction. So I guess you can't just order a bunch, and you have they didn't say exactly how long you had to pre-order it, but it's just once you have the invitation, you only got so much time to work with. And I think that's part of where the first come, first serve comes in. So I don't know. Adam, I got on like the invite list or whatever for this company made like a backwards compatible handheld thing called the Analog Pocket. It was like $200, super awesome. I was pumped about it. I got the email saying it's out, pre-order now. And I clicked it and they had already sold out of all the pre-orders in like 10 minutes. I'm almost confident that this is going to happen with the PlayStation 5. The email goes out, invitations are out. I'm at work, working my butt off, feeding my family. Invitations are going to go out, and I'm not going to be able to get one, and I'm worried about that. But I will say this. They have a list of things you can pre-order along with your PlayStation 5. So I'm going to run on this list, Adam, and I want you to tell me what you're going to get out of this list. Are you going to pre-order anything?
Not only that, but I'll tell you how much I would be willing to pay for it.
Oh, this is good. We should do some over-unders on this, man. I like that. I was wondering where we're going to get an over-under, so you can set a line, and I'll pick over-under. Let's do it. This is great. This is the best thing that's happened to me all day. One PlayStation 5 console or one PlayStation 5 digital edition. Now, we already set our over-under for the PlayStation 5 disc console at $599. What do you think the digital edition is going to be?
I'm thinking it's got to be $100 less than that.
$499. I'm going to take the over on that, but that's a good.
Oh, no. I think this is how we should do it. I'm going to tell you which one of these I'm going to purchase, how much. At the end, I'm going to total it up, and then the over-under will be when I go and buy all of those things, is it going to be more or less?
Oh, I like that. That's a very much simpler way of doing this, Adam.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, for me, I'm going to purchase one PS5 console with a disc.
Okay,
so
$599.
Sign me up for $599.
You think it's going to be $599? Okay, we'll say $599. You can pre-order 2 DualSense wireless controllers. Now, I'm hoping that it comes with one of those, and so this would be 2 extra wireless controllers. Are you going to pre-order any extras?
It's gotta be. It has to come with one for sure.
Yeah, it has to, right?
So I am going to purchase one extra DualSense controller, and I think at that point, I mean, what? That's got to be $100. I think.
100. All right.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, it may be a little less, but it's gonna be expensive.
All right. How about you can get 2 DualSense charging stations? Now, this is. Usually a charging station is like you can charge multiple controllers. Do you think this is 2, as in it could charge 2 controllers? One station charges 1 controller? What do you think's going on here? Did they even show this charging station?
I don't remember. I do think that they mean 2 separate charging stations here.
Right.
I would only purchase one charging. The thing is, I'm even wondering. I mean, at some point, I do have to have a limit on what I pay. So if it's between getting a new game or a charging station, I want a new game, because I think the charging station is going to be $50. Say, for the sake of this, I'm going to buy one charging station. It's going to be $50.
So the charging station, you're going to get one. It can charge 2 controllers. So you could theoretically have enough to charge 4 controllers at once. It's going to be $50 for the charging station. All right. We'll say $49.99.
Okay, that works.
All right, so you're going to get one of those. How about this is the one. You can get 2 Pulse 3D wireless headsets. You going to get some of those?
I'm not, at least not initially. That's going to be big money. And that's where I'm going to decide, I'm going to take 2 games rather than these wireless headsets. I've got my rigs for VR from, when we were doing Play PSVR. So I'll use those. They're pretty good. They can do 3D audio. So I'm rolling with those.
I like it. I think it's going to be expensive too. And I'm looking at the controller now. It does have a headphone jack, just like the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you can get 2 media remotes. In case you lose one of your remotes in the couch cushion, you got another one back up, so you can get 2 of them. Are you gonna go for that?
Dude, I just paid $100 for another controller. I ain't buying a media remote too.
Well, it's going to be, it's going to be your 4K Ultra DVD 4K Mega Player. Are you sure you don't want like a special remote for that?
Yes.
All right. We're going to say nothing on that then. And then last, you can purchase 2 HD cameras. Are you going to get the HD cameras?
So I'm definitely, because I have PSVR, I'm definitely going to get 1. I feel like, I don't know why you'd want 2, but maybe we'll see. So definitely I'm going to get 1. So there's no way that's going to be included in the console too, you don't think?
I don't think so. But Adam, wasn't there something that Tony was telling us on VR 365 about an adapter, and you have to have the old camera? Are you not going to try to buy an old camera? You're not. I don't think you're going to be able to play PSVR with the new headset. Unless, I just don't know. I don't know how this is working. You're going to get a camera. We have to get a camera, right?
Like when I play Hitman, I believe I'm going to be able to use this HD camera and play.
PS5 games in PSVR.
I don't think I will be able to.
Okay, so how much is this camera going to be? I'm with you. I'm going to get 1. How much do you think it's going to be?
I definitely have to get 1. Oh gosh. I'm thinking at least 60. Let's say 60. It's getting expensive
fast. I'm looking up the PlayStation camera launch price. Adam, excellent guess. $60 is a launch price for the PlayStation camera. This go round.
Let's go.
Yeah, hey.
Then why'd you put $69.99?
$69.69. Sorry.
Yeah.
Adam, you want to tally that up because I don't have a calculator in front of me?
Yeah, sure will. So I will do that, and then how about you? I guess you can't tell me over under.
So yeah, we got 600 plus 100. That's 700, 750. We're looking at $820. $820 is going to be your purchase, Adam.
816.
Okay. 816.
Actually, I take it back because I said 60, not 69 for the camera. So $807 without tax is how much all of that comes up to, not including games.
807 is how much Adam is going to spend on hardware when it comes out in his pre-order. And we'll see this when you pre-order things, if you can get it. What do we do if you don't get it? I don't know. We'll know the price and we can assume what it would be, right? That's what we'll do.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question to you is it over or under?
Let's see. What do I think you skimped on? I think this is tough. I think you went too high on the DualSense controller. It's going to be a fancy controller. I think they're going to charge $79.99 for a
no
DualSense
way.
controller.
The DualShocks are already $60, $70 as is.
I'm taking the under on this. Alex takes the under.
I hope you're right. I really hope do, I'm right too. Because otherwise, I mean, that's $807, not including tax and no games, other than Astro's Playroom or whatever they're going to call it.
Just randomly, how much you think you're going to be getting out of that evening, that night when this comes out? How much you think you're going to be walking out spending?
So I think 807 right there, and then you add at least 2 games.
2 games going to be that's $70 each.
Yep. So 150. I expect $1,000.
So you're saving up $1,000.
What is tax? Is it 10%, 12%? What the F is it?
So I mean, forgetting how much your pimp takes for a cut, how many people do you gotta service in order to get that money at him?
Well, for your mom, she's a high roller, so pretty cheap. There we go. Assuming that I'm correct on this, and then I get 2 games at $70 each, and then I add a 10% tax, that comes to $1,041.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah. And I still got to buy it a new TV that can actually be worth playing it on. Yeah,
Ooh.
it's going to be rough, boys and girls. It's going to be rough.
It's going to be a bad Christmas, Mom. You're not going to get anything. Not going to get any of my money or any of my gifts.
That's right. Unless you want to watch 4K movie on my PS5.
And I'm not going to let you.
No. Okay, final piece of news. This is complete hearsay. I think, I'll see what you think. There is overseas in Germany, there's a group called GamePro. They found a listing on auto.de, which is an online retailer, and they accidentally slipped, and there was a PlayStation 5 2 terabyte console, and they took the listing down, but someone, of course, got a screenshot, and they got the price at $1,150. I have my opinion, Alex. Do you think there is any way in heck that this could be even reasonably accurate?
If the difference is that it is only 1 more terabyte of hard drive space, and it supposedly is going to cost an extra $300 or $400 depending on the price, that's absurd. I think another terabyte of hard drive space would cost about $150 maybe if you were just going raw components. Like I went to the store and bought a terabyte SSD hard drive, might be $150. I think that's about how much it costs. Maybe even cheaper. So this makes zero sense. Also, Sony's not mentioned at all. They've released that they're going to have these games with this amount of storage capacity. I don't know why they would suddenly announce another version of the console at launch, like just to make things more confusing for people. So I do not think this is true. I think that price point is absurd. I don't know who would pay that much money for a console. $1,150 just for the console? That's ridiculous. And the premium you get on top of that. Only way this would be like true is if it's like the Ratchet and Clank edition and it has special design, looks like Clank, got glowing green eyes or something like that. But that's not happening. So maybe it looks like this girl here on my background if you're watching on YouTube. That's the only way I could see this happening, which means it's not happening.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely absurd. You're right. It doesn't make any sense. I'll get the 825 megabyte or gigabyte, and then I'll get an external drive. But yet it's ludicrous. So don't read into it, folks. Don't be a sucker. There are people like Iron Man PS5 out there. This is probably from Iron Man PS5. He probably leaked it. So don't trust him.
So Adam, there has been, I forget why I thought it was more credible. There was a price leak out there that seemed more credible to me. They said that it was going to be $499 for the disc version of the PlayStation 5. That sounds way too good to be true. And I think they said it was going to be $399 for the digital version of the PlayStation 5. So I can't remember why I thought this was credible. It like came from a retailer or something like that. And then there was also the Xbox price was leaked by, I think, Best Buy. They had a store listing, and it was a pretty credible leak saying that the Xbox Series X price was going to be $599. So here we're seeing numbers floating around, $499, $599. Adam, I think we set the line in our over-under at $549 for the disc version. How are you feeling about our prediction of $549? Are you think it's going to be higher or lower still? Not that you can change your answer, but do you think it's going to be higher?
Yeah, I took higher, and I still think it's going to be higher. I cannot see them selling it for $499.
I could see if there's a disc version and it had less storage space. I don't remember exactly if the disc version was like the 500 gigabyte version or whatever. If it has less storage space, maybe $499. But I think $599 is going to be the big daddy, the one that everybody's going to want to get. I see that being the price too. So I just want to know. I just want to know, man. It's so soon. I guess it's not even September yet. That's usually when they tell us when this is going to happen. So we still have a couple more weeks before we find out. And I'll play Star Wars Squadrons while you play with yourself until we find out. And listener, please play with yourself while you enjoy this segment break. And we will see you after the music. Penis, penis, PS5. If I don't get one, I'm going to cry. Penis, penis, PS. Adam, chant with me.
Penis, PS5. If I don't get one, I'm gonna
gonna
cry.
That's great. We should sell that to Sony as the official PlayStation 5 chant. I'll wrap that up and send it off to Mark Cerny. I'm sure we'll be on the announcement page. Adam, this is segment 2 of Play PS5, the podcast, the best podcast to get you hyped for the PlayStation 5 as it's coming out. And I hope the podcast continues after it launches. Do you think we have a chance? You think we have a snowball's chance in PlayStation 5 hell of surviving past the PlayStation 5 launch?
I think I'm going to start a new podcast called Play PS5. No, we don't stand a chance.
Yeah, that's the name of this podcast, Adam. Wonderful. Adam, Gamescom is happening right now. For those of you who don't follow us on YouTube, Adam and I did a quick reaction type video on YouTube, kind of watching some trailers of the games that were revealed at the first night of Gamescom and our opinions on them and how it feels to look at them while the trailers are on. So you can see the trailers a little bit on YouTube. So go check us out, youtube.com. We are Play PS5. You can see stuff there. But Adam, we're going to run down some of the games that are being discussed at Gamescom. And I think we're just going to play lip service. If you want to hear more, let's go check it out on YouTube. We're going to talk more because we don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste your ears. Adam, first game up front, Ratchet and Clank. They showed somebody playing Ratchet and Clank demo. How did you feel about that? Did it horn you up?
Here, it looks very fast. Everything moves very quickly. I was impressed with, on the screen, there were so many things in motion at the same time. There are things falling from the sky. There are enemies shooting at you. There's you moving around an environment as well. There's trains moving. There's just a whole lot of movement, and it's so smooth. There was no lag at all. When they showed kind of Ratchet and Clank, I don't know what you want to call it, just like switching between dimensions or moving quickly from one world to another, it just seemed very smooth. That's where I think usually you would see a load screen, but you didn't here. It looked definitely like a next-gen game, and it looks like a game I definitely want to play. I'm not a huge Ratchet and Clank person. I played a couple when I was a kid, but it obviously, the Insomniac, they've upped their game up. They're ready for this new launch of the new console, and they want to be front and center with their main game, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Adam, as a noted misogynist, are you upset at the fact that you're going to have to play as like a female other dimension version of Ratchet?
I refuse. I'll play up to that point, and then I will take my disc out because I'm getting a disc version PS5, and I will sell it.
Okay, fair enough. Adam, next game on the list is Godfall. They showed a person playing through Godfall. It got me hyped up. Again, it looks stilted, and I agree with the sentiment out there that it just it looks very meh. But last time I saw a game that people were hyped about and I watched footage and it looked very meh, and then I played it and loved it, we're talking about GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64. I watched people play that and it looked stupid and it looked boring and I didn't like it at all. And then I played it and it was the most glorious thing. And I'm really hoping, because it seems like the developers are excited about the way this game feels because they keep showing off the gameplay like this is really selling it. And people aren't buying it, but there's got to be something there, unless these guys are just desperate and they have no idea what else to do. Godfall looks good to me. Adam, I made you watch some of the trailer. You got anything in any room in your heart or your wallet for Godfall? Actually, my prediction is that it's going to be a free PlayStation Plus game, so don't worry about your wallet, Adam. How about your heart? How you feeling about Godfall?
Well, I'm not buying it, and they shouldn't be selling it. Here's the thing. I think it's going to be a very good game. I kind of joke. I probably will buy it. One of us will buy it at least and play it. Probably you, based on your comments. And the thing is, it looks like it definitely has potential. They call it a hack and slash looter, which I've mentioned in our YouTube video. The only thing I'm really concerned about the game, twofold. One, in some of the trailers, yesterday's trailer looked better. But the trailers before yesterday's, it looked very slow. Like, it was good combat, but it just seemed maybe too methodical and too slow. I would hate a slow-playing game. And two, games like these, you mentioned yesterday that most of them don't even have endings. I like to have an ending to a game. There was one for the PSVR that I played called Preorders and Dead Rising. And it was a fantastic game. Looked incredible, played wonderful. But the thing with these games are that in the beginning, you level up or you become better very quickly because every new piece of equipment and weapon you're finding is a big improvement over what you currently have. And so it's really fun in the beginning, but it gets to the point where you either just have to grind for a ton of materials to improve your equipment, or you just got to get dang lucky after killing hundreds of enemies to get a piece of armor or something that is better. And so I think it's going to be fun for a while, but for a $70 game, I'm afraid I'm going to hit that wall too early for me to think that it's worth that money. And unfortunately, the only way to know that is to purchase it and play it. So I wouldn't use that as an excuse not to play it. But those are my two concerns when seeing the trailers that they have shown so far.
Yeah, I think those are stupid concerns, and I think that's a stupid opinion, Adam. This game looks like it's going to be really fun, I think. Next, no, I'm upset with Adam because this next game, Recompile, by the developers Dear Villagers, I believe is their name. This is a game that I saw and I was really excited about at Gamescom, and I was like, I can't wait to show Adam this. He's going to get pumped for it too. Listen, when I think about Adam and liking video games, I think he likes Rez. I think he likes Metroid. And this is a game that looks like Rez, and it's a Metroidvania. Just the description here. Take control of a semi-sapient program. Okay, sounds just like Rez. And escape deletion. Okay, sounds just like Rez. And an atmospheric Metroidvania-inspired hacking adventure. Okay, sounds just like Rez and Metroid. It's a sprawling 3D world of the mainframe. Recompile features intense combat, type platforming, environmental hacking, and unique branching narrative. I'm not going to show you guys the trailer right now. Go on YouTube. You can find it. It's called Recompile. The gameplay looked great to me. Had some third-person shooter elements to it. Had some screw attack platforming going on. It was everything I wanted in a game like this, and I'm excited about it. And Adam was nonplussed. It looks like you run around as the Arby's roast beef man in Rez, and I want that. I want that. And you level up, you get wings and stuff like that. You're flying around. It looks so cool. Adam, are you not interested at all in this game?
Here's the thing that's missing that you are not considering when I'm making my decisions. Number one, I do love Rez, but a big reason why I love Rez is because it's in virtual reality. If I would play Rez in 2D, it wouldn't translate, buddy boy. In this game is not in VR. I love Rez because you're in that world. I'm not in this world. Two, okay, maybe it's somewhat like Metroid, but from the trailer I've seen, it's the part of Metroid I like least. I don't like platforming. I don't like jumping. What I like is the exploration, the upgraded weapons, and shooting stuff with missiles and bombs and ice missiles. That's good fun stuff. This seems less on that aspect and more of the double jump to avoid getting hit by this robot looking thing, and then use your one laser to just shoot 50 shots at him before he dies, and then you move on. It kind of looks somewhat, I don't know, the way it says sprawling 3D world, it's kind of hard to tell from a trailer whether it's somewhat open or if it's rather linear, but I don't know. I mean, it has potential, but yeah, I'm not that hyped for this yet. It's going to be another game you're going to buy immediately, and I'll still be sitting there with a PS5. I've already sold my Ratchet and Clank, and I'm not going to be – I'm going to be watching 4K movies with my mom.
Free 4K videos on YouTube with your mom. Adam, whatever happened to that game Star Child that was supposed to come out for PlayStation 4?
PlayStation Virtual Reality, first of all.
Yeah. Do you think do you think it's just dead? I mean, Gollum came out, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I think it's done.
Okay,
there were rumors it was done a while ago anyhow, and then, which is a shame. They had demos and everything.
The demo was pretty good, man. I was interested. I was super, super into Star Child.
I don't understand how you get that far into a project where you even have a workable demo, obviously a storyline, graphics, the engine, everything, and then stall. I don't understand that, but that sucks.
Not making dollars, not making sense, baby. Adam, outside of Gamescom, there was also a little event called the DC Fandom. It's that comic book company, DC. They were announcing the new movies and whatnot, but they also announced some new games that are in production. The two big ones is Gotham Knights, Batman universe, Gotham Knights. It's like a co-op RPG beat-em-up game where you can play not as Batman. Batman is apparently dead, and you play as one of the 4 people who Batman trains. Talk about Batgirl. I think the other one is Batwoman. There's Robin, and then there's like some red dude. I forget his name. He's like red-faced Batman or something. Adam, I know you don't care about comic books because you're afraid girls won't talk to you if you show an interest in comic books. Is there any way I could get you to play this game with me? It looks like it would be fun in co-op.
The only way you could get me to play this game is if you set me down, you tied me down, you put a gun to my head and said, listen, you have to play this or you have to play Lego Star Wars. I would play Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights with you.
Okay. Well, I don't know about Gotham Knights. I don't remember who's making it. I think it's like Warner Brothers Studio. They've made good games before in the past, but it's not the big money developer. The big money developer is Rocksteady Games. They made that great Batman trilogy, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum. I forget the other, Arkham City, something like that. This is their return. They're making the Suicide Squad game. I guess it's going to coincide with the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out, which apparently looks pretty good. Now, this game is also like a 4-person co-op action game, except I think it's primarily a lot of shooting, and you have to kill Superman. The writing seemed pretty strong just in the trailer. It seemed like it had a good sense of humor, a decent bit of irreverence. So I'm interested in that. I love a game that's kind of has good writing and will keep me entertained on that front. Adam, I guess you already said you're not interested in this either, not even one bit. What about Margot Robbie if she shows some side boob? Would you be interested in that then? Harley Quinn, side boob? PlayStation 5?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. No, that's right. Adam's a wholesome dude. He's not into the like edgy chicks. I get it. I don't know if this is DC Fandom, but there was also the announcement of the next generation Lord of the Rings game, Lord of the Rings Gollum. And this is like, so Adam, have you seen Lord of the Rings? Of course not. Do you know who Gollum is in Lord of the Rings?
I thought that was a place.
Okay. No. Gollum is he's a guy whose name's Smeagol. He got the ring in Lord of the Rings. It corrupted him. And he turned into like this weird monster type guy too. Apparently in this game, you are him with a split personality. He's notable because he's kind of crazy with a split personality. He's kind of evil and also like meek. And this game apparently takes advantage of the DualSense because it's like a stealth action game. But when you play as Smeagol, you really don't have your senses together, and you're really meek and you're really slippery. They say it's slippery when you're moving around. The DualSense makes it not so tactile.
I think Smeagol is a Pokemon.
Okay, then it must be a ripoff of Lord of the Rings. But
I'm gonna look it up. Wow,
all right,
keep talking.
I don't think it's a Pokemon. But so this, I mean, they just showed like a cinematic trailer. I think it's interesting that they are making a whole game about his adventure. I don't know how canonical it's going to be because I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt again. My bad. It's Smurgle is the Pokemon. It spelled the same way, but it has an R before the G.
Okay. Yeah, great. That's wonderful, Adam.
Well, I just I'm not crazy.
Smurgle. So I just think it's interesting they're making a Lord of the Rings game. It could be good. It's a PlayStation 5 game that was announced. That's why we're talking about it. So yeah, that's the games that I wanted to highlight. Do you want to talk about any more games?
So I do want to admit that the only way you could get me to play this Lord of the Rings game is if you sat me down, you tied me down, you put a gun to my head, and you put 3 games on the table. Lord of the Rings, Suicide Squad, and Lego Star Wars. I would then play Lord of the Rings with you.
So, okay, here we go. We're doing the quadfecta. Which one of these is the game that Adam is least likely to play? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars Lego, Gotham Knights, or Harry Potter RPG. Which one insults your masculinity the most?
I gotta go Lego.
Lego's the worst. Lego Star Wars. Okay,
probably. I mean,
right.
if I had a 4-year-old daughter, sure.
That makes sense, Adam, because that is a game that you would most likely play with like a girl as like co-op, having fun together, just no stakes, playing video games. I like that it doesn't even factor into your decision making, having people over, having fun.
And instead, we're gonna play Destiny 2, and I'm gonna murder her and then teabag her. Anyhow, I also want to just tell you of the games in Gamescom that they have showed trailers and discussed. We obviously don't have time to cover all the games because there's a lot of them, but that's good news for us PS5 lovers because there's a lot of information. All of these have trailers and information on YouTube or on the Gamescom website, so you can check those out if something tickles your fancy. So we've got Quantum Error, Dirt 5, Scarlet Nexus, Unknown 9 Awakening, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1, The Next Dragon Age, Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead trailer, Little Nightmares 2, Star Wars Squadron, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, The Sims 4, Star Wars, Journey to Batu, Override 2, Super Mech League, Mafia Definitive Edition, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, The Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope, Fall Guys, Lemnis Gate, Crash Bandicoot 4, Warframe, Spellbreak, Outriders Become Terror, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, Chorus, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Turrican Anthology Volume 1 and 2, WRC 9, Wasteland 3, Sam and Max, This Time It's Virtual, Bata Space Station, Origami 2, Project Cars 3, Asterix and Obelix, XXL, Godfall, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, Captain Tsubasa, or whatever, and then Necromunda, Underhive Wars. Of all those games, Alex, right now, I say you can only play one, and you're going to play it right now on the PS5. What's it going to be?
What's it called? The Unknown 9 Awakening, because I loved Unknown 1 through 8.
Is this a joke?
It's a joke. Yeah,
Bad
Lego
joke.
Star Wars from that, or Godfall. Lego Star Wars or Godfall. No, Ratchet and Clank. It's a tough call. Lego Star Wars got me the most hype when we were watching the initial Gamescom stuff, so that's what I'm going to say. Adam, my question to you is, what's going to win, WRC 9 or Dirt 5?
Dirt 5.
I think that's a legitimate answer. But WRC did just get their rights purchased by a legit game dev group, so they're back in the running. I thought Dirt actually owned the rights to. Anyways, moving on. Adam, I want to recap our over-under so I can humiliate you when we get more details out. It's any day now. So recap of the over-under. Adam, you bet over 150 on selling your PlayStation 4. I was wrong. I ate a bean for that. Congratulations. That's the last time you're going to win. Release date, before or after, this is an over-under, November 10th, 2020. Adam, you picked after November 10th. Is that correct?
You just handed me this win. I mean, I feel bad for making you eat a bean for such a, but whatever. You picked the date, and I picked after.
So there was another leak, semi-credible leak from, I guess, I don't know, retailer, saying that the PlayStation 5 will launch on November the 13th. What day of the week is November the 13th? Let me check right here.
That's a
November
Friday.
The 13th. That's a Friday. Seems kind of weird to me to launch a console on Friday, but it also kind of makes sense, so I don't know what to believe.
What day do you want them to release it on?
Monday.
That's the stupidest thing, because Friday, I can take the day off Friday, camp out on Thursday, play games a 3-day weekend, baby. Play games all day, all 3 days. I'm going to be sitting there watching so many 4K movies with my mom.
Mom, look at the pores on Angelina Jolie. You can see them live. I don't, again, this is a rumor. I hope that it's released on November 6th, just for my sake, and I don't have to eat a bean. Other over-under launch price, we mentioned $549. Adam still picks over. I think that was a wise take. Playable PlayStation 5 games, not PlayStation 4 games that are upgraded at launch. Adam, the line was 21, and you picked over, which is ambitious. I look forward. I hope there's.
I'm not feeling good about that one.
Yeah. Pretty ambitious, but whatever, that's fine. And then we have the most recent one, the over-under. Adam is going to spend $807 on the pre-orders that are available, and I took the under on that. I think Adam does not have $807 to spend, so that's why he's going to.
I've been saving Wi-Fi for 12 months, mooching off.
Yeah, his total cart is going to be $807 or under, is what I believe. The next recap, I have some PlayStradamus predictions. Godfall will be free. PlayStation Plus, I'm going to say it's going to be the Resogun effect. It's going to be the game we're all playing. I do want to clarify. I think this is going to be kind of like Destiny, where you can get it, you can buy everything you want to, or there's going to be a free-to-play version that they're not really talking about, just so everybody can get in there. If this is a game predicated on multiplayer, that's what they're going for. So I'm kind of hedging my bet, moving the goalpost a bit. I also predict Astro's Playroom will be playable on VR, and also that Sony will provide a subscription service for the PlayStation 5. That's looking less and less likely as we go on. But one of these is going to land, and then you guys are going to think I'm the smartest guy. You guys will think I'm the next Iron Man PlayStation 5. That's what I'm going for. So thank you for recapping with me on that, and I look forward to eating many, many beans because of these horrible predictions. If you have an over-under you want to throw at us, be sure to reach out to us on YouTube or contact at playps5podcast.com, and we'll add it to the list and make Adam pick over or under on one of these things. Let us know your predictions as well. That would hopefully help me from making a bad prediction and eating a bean. I do not want to eat a bean.
Or you could just eat beans, because I'm a big fan of eating the beans. Although I don't know if the listeners like hearing you just writhe in pain and suck on spoiled milk, dirty dishwater, and barf. But regardless if you feel like that or not, we appreciate you listening to Play PS5, the podcast. We are a new channel. We're a new podcast, obviously. This is episode 4, and we would absolutely love your support. It goes a long way when you've just begun a channel or a podcast. So please rate us on whatever podcast listening host that you're on. We're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Google Music, YouTube. If there's a favorite one of yours we're not on, let us know, because we want to make it as easy for you to listen to us as possible. So now, here's what I want you to do. Go pre-order the pre-order for the PS5. Do it right this second. And guys, listen, don't be like me. Don't play with yourself. Play PS5.